And a very good afternoon to you. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. I'm Tyler Peterson, and welcome to today's broadcast of Vibes Baseball live on YouTube. También bienvenidos toda la gente en Mexico y Monclova. We are live from Colorado Springs, Colorado. It is game 6 of 6 in our series against the Glacier Range Riders to begin this season, and it's a very special 4:30 Memorial Day first pitch. We just had some first pitches from two youngsters who are the sons of fallen soldiers. We had the playing of taps. We will be talking about stories of remembrance throughout today's ball game. It is a great day for baseball. It is sunny, it is cool, and we are ready to go. So after a short break, we will come back with lineups and first pitch. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back inside UC Health Park as the Vibes take the field, getting ready for this Memorial Day game. It's a beautiful day, as we've said. It is now time for the national anthem. Let's head down to the field for the performance of the Star-Spangled Banner. A beautiful rendition of the national anthem as performed by Ravel and Gio. Thank you, ladies. It's Memorial Day, folks, decked out in their red, white, and blue, and so are the Vibes. Here's today's starting lineups with Don Arcuri.
Good afternoon, Tyler, and again, happy Memorial Day to everyone. We'll begin with the Glacier Range Riders under manager Nick Hogan. Sending to the plate for this afternoon, batting first in center field, Ben McConnell. Batting second at shortstop, Gabe Howell. At first base, batting third, number 24, Brady Wofford. In left field, batting cleanup, it's Dean Miller. Batting fifth and catching, number 32, Felix Aberut. The designated hitter batting sixth, Jared Fry. At third base, batting seventh, Michael Nell. Batting eighth at second base, it's Kevin Jordan. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Ryan Cash. Your order, McConnell, Howell, Wofford, Miller, Aberut, Fry, Nell, Jordan, and Cash. Starting pitcher today for the Range Riders is number 20, Brock Noten. Moving on to your hometown, or Rocky Mountain Vibes, under manager Francisco Cabrera. Batting first at second base is Paul Carreño. In center field, batting second, Gio Diaz. Batting third at left field, Dominique Hernandez. Batting cleanup for the Vibes at third base, Ulysses Cantu. In right field, batting fifth, Miguel Tejada Jr. Batting sixth in first base, it's Caleb Marquez. At shortstop, batting seventh, Dallas Binder. The designated hitter in the eighth spot today, Eder Rosales. And batting ninth, catching Jesus Rabago. Your Vibes lineup, Carreño, Diaz, Hernandez, Cantu, Tejada Jr., Marquez, Binder, Rosales, and Rabago. The starting pitcher tonight for the Vibes is number 30, Felipe Rodriguez. We'll get to some of his stats coming up very soon.
And Felipe Rodriguez just now making his way out of the Vibes bullpen as we are actually ahead of schedule today, 7 minutes ahead of schedule. Felipe was still in the bullpen while the rest of his teammates were on the field. This is the last time we will see the Range Riders this season, barring any postseason play. They will head up north, not back home to Kalispell, but on their way to Billings. They'll play the Billings Mustangs with, I believe, a 6-game series. Slowly make their way back toward Kalispell. They'll play 6 against the Great Falls Voyagers. And then finally, after, well, it's going to be, 18 games on the road, Don. They'll go home and have their home opener in their new ballpark in the Flathead Valley. Range Riders are 4-1. Vibes are 1-4. And it's been a slow start for all Southern Division teams. Vibes are only a game and a half out of first place. And by the end of today, they could be as close as 1 game out of first place if Grand Junction and Ogden split a doubleheader. Missoula and Great Falls, that game is just about over up in Great Falls. That was a 1 o'clock start. Northern Colorado Owls and the Billings Mustangs, they had a game which was postponed today. So the Owls will head back home to Windsor without a win. And that will be the team that the Rocky Mountain Vibes play next. 2 other games going on today. Idaho Falls versus Boise. That game about the 5th inning as we speak. And that doubleheader with Grand Junction and Ogden. They've just started game 1 at 4 o'clock. Here come both managers. I believe that's actually Luani Sanchez and Nick Hogan. They're going to exchange lineup cards at home plate. The Vibes defense today is Hernandez in left, Diaz in center, Tejada in right. Around the diamond third to first, it's Cantu, Binder, Carreño, Marquez. Behind the plate is Rabago, and on the mound is Rodriguez. The Vibes are beat up a little bit in a couple different ways, but as far as the roster is concerned, we have Esparza on the DL. He went out after an injury on the 25th. And then yesterday we saw a great play from Julian Lara coming back up against the screen, and he looks like he injured his wrists going into that, so he is out. He had to come out of yesterday's ball game. So he will be on the bench. I don't know what his availability is exactly. Same goes for Brandon Perez, who at one point in the game had to be looked at by team trainer Emily Weaver. He exited after reaching first base. So he is also on the bench with Binder playing short, as he did in relief of Perez last night. Well, Don, this will be Game 6, the opening homestand. What are your first impressions of the team in 2022?
Well, I still like the hustle. We've had quite a few games where the game's gotten away from the vibes early on. Mixed pitching, mixed batting. They are hitting the ball hard when they come to the plate, and they just need to cut down on the errors. I think that's been the theme. They've had anywhere from 3 to 5 errors across the course of the first 5 games, and so they just need to cut down on that, play some sound fundamental baseball, and I think they'll be off to a good start. It's a good young team, only a few starters coming back from last year, so it'd be nice to see how this rounds out here as we head into the end of this home series.
And you can look at that a lot of ways. You can say early season jitters, early season rustiness. Some of that is just the Pioneer League that we've come to know, an offensive first sort of league. Why that is, it just is that way. I was told that the Pioneer League before, when it was affiliated league, was still sort of that way anyway, but not to the extent that we've seen. In steps Ben McConnell, and the first pitch on its way is fouled away at 4:28 p.m. As we said, it's absolutely beautiful today. Temperature of the ballpark, a breezy 64. 2 pitches, 2 foul balls, a quick 0-2 to McConnell. Nice start for McConnell. That's an understatement. Batting .524, 4 RBI. That's 11 hits and 21 at-bats. The 0-2 from Rodriguez. That's strike 3 called on the outside, and McConnell's gone looking. And that's how our ball game begins. Just 1 inning for Felipe Rodriguez in a start that was cut short by rain. It ended up being the game which the Vibes won 12-11. 1 inning, no runs, a hit, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Here's Gabe Howell, the current Pioneer League leader in home runs, and he shoots this well foul, and that's into the old kids zone down there left field line. So he was on that one, but just far, far too early. Next pitch, a strike on the outside. Fastball at 89 from Rodriguez. So Rodriguez comes into the game, throws 5 pitches, 5 strikes. The 0-2, ground ball foul. He's staying with the hard stuff. And Howell rather, able to stay alive.
Tyler, 4 home runs for Howell here in these first 5 games and already 18 RBIs.
He's down in the count, 0-2 to Rodriguez. The windup, the pitch, a ground ball to short, backhand by Binder. He comes up, throws onto first, and dug out by Marquez. 6-3, 2 away here in the top of the first. It was a nice play made by Binder. You'd like to see him charge that ball and get off a throw on the run, but able to make the play. So,
and as we mentioned earlier in the series, Howell, the top of the order here for the Range Riders. Good speed on the bases, so those meat of the order hitters can take advantage of those and get some good scoring opportunities.
This is Brody Wofford. He bats with the bases empty. 2 outs in the top of the first. And the first pitch to the lefty is swung on, fouled back into the stands, heads up. Finds an empty section of bleachers, but that ball will quickly be claimed. Wofford a home run last night. He's got 2 on the season. The 0-1. That's down low, and the first ball from Rodriguez. 9 pitches, 8 strikes, 1 ball. It's an auspicious start to his day. Ground ball into right field, a base hit. So Wofford able to pull that one. Tejada throws it back in.
Zach Rodriguez is throwing with a little bit of, I won't say anger, but he's a bit animated on the mound, and looks like he's putting a little emphasis behind each pitch.
You know, as I'm looking out to right field, I think that's actually Eder Rosales in right. I don't think that's Tejada at all. I wonder if Tejada's the DH then. Here's Miller, who hits this to left center field. Over is Diaz. Will he track it down? No. It's going to one-hop the wall. Here comes Wofford. They're going to wave him in. The relay throw will not nearly be made in time. It's a double for Miller, an RBI double, and it's 1-0 Glacier. Well, Miller was watching those at-bats. He didn't wait around. He knew Rodriguez was throwing strikes. And so he jumped on a fastball and sent it to the gap. Yeah, that's Eder Rosales in right. I'm almost certain. At the plate is Felix Abarut. He takes a first pitch breaking ball for strike one. Abarut came into the game yesterday actually out of necessity. My understanding was that some of the Glacier Range Riders were not feeling well toward the end of the game, had to come out, and we saw a flurry of changes as he takes strike two. And from the broadcast booth, we thought maybe that was just a matter of getting some guys some practice at positions they normally aren't, but as I understand today, they actually were made out of necessity. It's 0-2 on Abarut with 2 outs and a man at second. Rodriguez to the plate. It's swung on, popped up, behind first. Over is Marquez. Does he have a play? No. Into the second row of the seats and caught by a fan. Abarut, 2 hits and 10 at-bats. He has 1 RBI, just his third start. And now, Marquez is needing some attention. And this is not good. Because right now, the Vibes are at capacity for healthy players. And he looks to be all right.
And it is Rosales in right field. Just confirm that. We'll have to see who our DH is today then.
I would imagine it's Tejada. 0-2 pitch. That's down low. If Perez was healthy, he would be at short. I'd imagine Binder would be in right and Tejada would be the DH. I think they're keeping the same lineup, but putting Rosales in right. We've seen Tejada have some troubles tracking balls in the air. This might be an opportunity for Eder, who had a 2-run double late in yesterday's ball game, to get him in there, get him some more at-bats, see what he can do in the field. This is cranked to left. It's high, it's deep, and it's gone. Felix Abarut, a 2-run home run. And it's 3-0 Range Riders. All with 2 outs. Strikeout looking to McConnell. .407 to right field, or to left field, excuse me. That's off the track, man. Here's Jared Fry. Jared Fry was a late addition to this lineup right before first pitch. Tyler Ryan, who yesterday we saw got hit in the head with a baseball, had to be removed. 1-0 pitch. It's in the dirt. With 2 outs, a single from Wofford, a double from Miller, and a 2-run home run for Aberroot have the Range Riders in a 3-0 lead.
A good start for Rodriguez here, throwing a lot of strikes and just not able to catch up on these last 3 hitters.
Well, when you're around the zone, there's a strike to Fry. There's a couple things that happen. It's good in the fact that it keeps your defense ready. You know you're going to be around the zone. There's going to be action. There's going to be guys swinging. Like Fry, who lifts this to right. Over is Rosales. Near the line. It falls in front of him. It goes to the wall. Fry has 2. Rosales gets the ball in, and that's all Fry will have. It's a double. 4 straight hits now for Glacier. But that's what happens when you're around the zone. Yes, you want to be around the zone, but if you're only in the zone, as strange as it sounds, then you are going to get hit around a little bit. 21 pitches, 16 strikes for Rodriguez. And this is Michael Nell at the plate. Well, Fry didn't know he was going to be in this ball game until about a half hour ago. He comes in and promptly hit a double in the first inning. A quick pep talk from Highland Peguero. And now the third baseman, Nell. Felipe Rodriguez made his debut for the Vibes September 4th of last year. Went 6 1/3 innings against the Grand Junction Rockies, struck out 6 on a start in September 8th. He actually made his big league debut with Monclova this year. First pitch is a strike.
And haven't been tracking too close. Do you recall when the Monclova season started? A little bit earlier this spring, I think.
So that's a good question, Don. I do believe I saw the record at something like maybe 17 and 14. So I would imagine it was around or after the start of the Major League Baseball season. I would maybe say about late April. This is hit to center field. Back is Diaz at the track, at the wall. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. 3 runs for the Range Riders. On 4 hits, there were no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the first. It's Glacier 3, Rocky Mountain nothing. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube.
Noten working quickly, and a pitch on the inside half of the plate swung on and missed. And the count is now 1-2. Next pitch high and outside. Count evens at 2-2.
All right, now we're back. We had some technical issues, but we have worked those all out. Marquez against Noten. He swings and misses. First strikeout for Noten. We were telling some great stories, though, when when we weren't on. Tyler Peterson and Don Arcuri. Here's Dallas Binder. Binder, his second game with Rocky Mountain. He went 1 for 4 with a double in yesterday's ball game. This is down low. Dallas spelled D-A-L-Y-S. Binder, B-I-N-D-E-R. Nice pitch there from Noten, but just off the plate.
He might be throwing outside just to kind of get these vibes a little anxious, to try to put the bat on the ball and maybe get him to chase a pitch or two.
That's a great pitch on a 2-strike count as Binder takes all the way, and it's strike one. From Tucson, Arizona, went to Trinity University. That's located in Texas. Most recently in spring training with Idaho Falls. There's strike two. And I learned something today as well. Both Johnny Morrell and Gio Diaz were in camp with the Glacier Range Riders. Full count pitch. That's strike three called. And that's a good turnaround from Noten from 3-0 to 3-3. He strikes out 2, and there's 2 away.
No doubt about that call from home plate umpire Bill Berger, a emphatic punch out.
Two outs for Rosales. He swings, taps this one high at the plate. Who wants it? It's going to be the pitcher, Noten. He throws on to first, and a nice play. Goes 1-3. 3 outs, 1, 2, 3 go the Vibes. We head to the top of the third. 8-0 Glacier. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. It's the top of the third inning. Victor Buelna out for his second inning of work. The bottom of the order, 8 and 9, which is Jordan and Cash, and then the top of the order, McConnell, who will come up for at-bat number 3 here in the third. Tyler Peterson and Don Arcuri, 8-0 Glacier. First pitch from Buelna is swung on and fouled at the plate. Victor now with a chance to have an extended outing and to lower that ERA. He got roughed up a couple games earlier in the season. He actually has the Lone Vibes win on the pitching staff. Ground ball past the dive of the third baseman Cantu. This is going to be cut off by Hernandez. He's going to make a strong throw into second. And staying at first is Jordan. Nice work by Hernandez to get to that ball. Leadoff man on here in the third. That'll bring up Ryan Cash. One other score I can tell you about around the Pioneer League. It's Boise 6, Idaho Falls 2. That game from Memorial Park in Garden City, Idaho. It's down low. One thing, I forget if we were talking about it, Don, or if I was saying this when I was by myself over the weekend. The Vibes will not travel once to any Northern Division opponent. Off the wrists, into right field, a base hit, falls in front of Rosales. Over to second goes Jordan. Cash has a single. It's the 10th hit for Glacier. Buelna got the contact he wanted, but it's one of those old Texas leaguers.
Yeah, it's nice to not have to make the trips to Montana. They did several of those last season, and I think you mentioned that the furthest trip they'll have to make is to Boise. And at this level, the bus rides can get pretty long.
Don't I know it? This is fouled back. I, of course, as the visiting broadcaster last year, as a member of the Idaho Falls Chuckers, came here twice to UC Health Park. We played 24 games last year, even though we were in separate divisions. However, that worked out. But that was a 12-hour bus ride from Idaho Falls to Colorado Springs. You get to watch a lot of movies. Just off the plate for Buelna. And not even by your choice. It's just you're sort of held captive and you have no choice but to watch movies. And if there's ever a movie series you've never watched, a Pioneer League bus ride is a pretty good time to catch up. Buelna spins back Jordan at second. It's first and second, nobody out in the third. Jordan at second, Cash at first, they both singled. I remember on one trip to Colorado Springs, we watched all 3 major league movies. I had never seen any of those. We watched all 3 movies. Line drive foul. And then on the way back, we watched 3, I believe, of the Rush Hour movies.
Can't go wrong with those.
Sort of like long plane rides. It's like, look, you got to do something. You can't be like David Puddy from Seinfeld and just stare at the seat in front of you. 1-2 pitch. This is lined into left field. A base hit. McConnell has a base hit. They're going to hold the runner. 3 singles in the inning. Bases loaded for Glacier. I don't usually break out the Seinfeld references this early in a ball game, but I saw the opportunity to. And if I see an opportunity to, Don, believe me, I will. Now Howell, 1 for 2 with the 2-run home run. (20 RBI in the season for Howell. They're loaded, nobody out, top of the third. First pitch, strike on the inside. Middle infield is back. They'll turn 2 at second on a ground ball. Corners, however, might come home with the ball. They're about halfway in. Buelna needing a strikeout. And he gets a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, a good one. You might be able to catch Howell over anxious here. With all the guys he's driven in, I'm sure he is swinging for another RBI here. So on 0-2, this should not be in the zone. And it's not. He doesn't chase. It's 1-2.
Was a nice pitch there, just to see if he'd go after it. He swung at an inside pitch a couple ago. Pretty stiff breeze still out to left field, where Howell launched his first home run.
The 1-2. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire. I think that was the correct call. Of course, I'll get to see that one more time on the video playing in front of me. And, of course, the center field camera is not the perfect angle that you would want to see check swings on. 50-50, I'd say. The 2-2 pitch. Down low, ball 3. I heard something interesting this year that apparently there was nothing codified in the Major League Baseball rulebook on what constitutes a swing in a check swing. Only let on a swing that is, you don't go all the way around, the home plate umpire can say you swung, or the appeal process, that part was in, but nothing that, this is down low for ball 4 and an RBI. There was nothing that specifically said, if you break your wrists, if you go past home plate, that's all just sort of baseball tradition, I guess.
Yes, and as I was growing up playing baseball, if the bat simply crossed the plate, that was the first indicator. And now, whether you break your wrist or the bat remains on the shoulder, if you turn your body or pivot, sometimes that could be construed as a check swing.
First pitch to Howell, a ball. To Wofford, a ball. Howell picks up RBI 21. There was language now written into a check swing. I want to look that up because it is new. The language is, we'll get it after this pitch, hit to the gap. This means runs. This bounce up against the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. The ball is cut off. They're going to hold the runner at third. It's going to be a 2-run double for Brody Wofford. He's on for the 3rd time. Picks up 2 RBI. And that's numbers 5 and 6 for him. It's a 3-run inning for Glacier. They lead 11-0. The official language is, quote, if the batter attempts to strike at a ball. That's about as vague as I've ever heard anything. And now there's some conversation here. Rabaga was making a gesture. Do they want to check the bat? Were they inspecting the bat? Is that what I was looking at?
Bill Berger looked down at the bat as he was making his way back from the dugout back to home plate. Maybe looking at a logo or some other indicator about halfway up the bat.
I haven't seen an umpire put his hands on the bat since George Brett. That was very odd. Miller takes low. Miller has 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. It's the top of the 3rd inning. Buelna is set. Infield's playing back. Next pitch is low, 2-0. Looks like lefty Tommy Caulfield is getting ready in the Vibes bullpen. Buelna got the last out of inning number 2, a strikeout of Michael Nell. And this inning has gone single, 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 walk, double, and now hit by a pitch. The bases will be loaded now for Felix Aberrute. Third at back for Aberrute. 2-run home run, 2-run double. But I thought that was very interesting that there was no actual definition for what was a check swing or what wasn't, when this sport, more than any other, has so much minutia, and there's things like a catcher's balk, which I still have seen once in my life. There's so many little things that you have to know about this game. But yet, something that we see quite often, the check swing, it's completely a judgment call.
Yeah, not heard of a catcher's balk before.
The catcher's balk, I believe, this is outside, is when you attempt to handle the ball with your gear, such as if you went down and had the ball scooped up with your mask. I believe that is a two-base balk. This is inside, 3-0. I do know that if a position player, let's say there was a pop-up or a ground ball, threw their glove at the ball, it's a three-base something. I don't know if it's considered an error, but the batter gets 3 bases on that. That's a strike right down the heart of the plate. It's 3-1. Bases loaded. 11-0 Glacier. No outs in the top of the third. And stuff like that are in the rule book, but not a check swing, which I found very odd. That's high. Ball 4. Another RBI for Aberrute. Everyone moves up 1 base. Here comes Cabrera. Wants to check if Caulfield's ready. He is. The switch will be made. And looks like we are going to get a position switch as well. Rabago gets a new glove. They're going to call for the pitcher. And the day's over for Victor Buelna. We will take a break. We'll be back. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to the top of the third. Bases loaded, nobody out. Jared Fry at the plate, and the new pitcher is Tommy Caulfield.
Pitched back on May the 25th in the 11-8 loss. He went 1 2/3 innings with giving up 1 hit and had a strikeout. So good young talent here for the Vibes as the Range Riders continue to bat here in the third inning.
Fry, the switch-hitting catcher, playing DH today. First pitch is down low. Might have some friends and family in town as Tommy came in. We heard a loud cheer of Go Tommy. The 1-0 to Fry, down low, 2-0. At third is Brody Wofford. Second is Dean Miller. At first, Felix Abarut. Vibes will hit the road after today's game. They'll play 6 games against the Northern Colorado Owls. Next home game would be June the 7th against the Idaho Falls Chuckers. This is high, 3-0.
Good start for Fry in this game. A double in the first and a single in the second. It's part of that scoring barrage.
There's the automatic strike one. Well, in just a third of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 2 walks, a strikeout, hit a batter, and so far 4 runs attributed to him, all earned. The 3 runners on base are his responsibility. This is hit to right. It's hit softly. In is Rosales. Catching is Rosales. He falls. This is going to be a sacrifice fly as runners from second and third move up a base. Scoring is Wofford. And that's run number 13. It's a sac fly F9 for Jared Fry. And the first out of the inning. This is Michael Nell. Michael Nell is 0 for 2. First pitch to Nell. Fastball, strike 1. Sometimes in games like this, there's that guy who just is not part of things. Michael Nell does not want to be that guy. That's strike 2. He's 0 for 2, a fly out to center and a strikeout. While we were temporarily off the air, I was talking about a teammate I had in high school who once during a big inning, we batted around twice, he made all 3 outs in the same inning. Pitch is swung on and missed. Caulfield to strikeout. Nell back to the dugout. First strikeout for Tommy Caulfield, second of the year. Well, Felipe came into this game, Felipe Rodriguez, the Vibes starter, without an ERA. He gave up 8 runs. Tommy Caulfield has not given up a run yet on this early season. Here's Jordan, the 10th man to bat in the inning. Both he and Miguel Pozo, who's only pitched 1 game. We'll probably see Pozo today at some point. Both still have clean ERAs. This is hit to short, picked up nicely by Binder. Flips on to Carreño covering. 3 outs in the inning. It's a fielder's choice for Jordan. The out goes 6-4, and we head to the bottom of the third. It's 13-0 Glacier. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the third, it's Rabago, Carreño, and Diaz, the first three to face Andrew Noten. Welcome back to UC Health Park. Tyler Peterson and Don Arcuri with you. You're watching us on YouTube right now, the 135 who are watching. We want to say hello. Happy Memorial Day. First pitch to Rabago, a ground ball right back into the glove of Noten. He throws on to first, 1-3. A quick first out here in the third. Here's Paul Carreño. Carreño led off the bottom of the first with a single and then was thrown out on a line drive double play off the bat of Gio Diaz. First pitch to Carreño is high.
One of just 2 base runners so far, Tyler, in this game, given up by Noten.
Carreño takes high again. It's 2-0. Breeze has settled down a little bit. Looking at that Colorado State flag, and this is the kind of things I get curious about, Don. 2-0 pitch. Strike at the top of the letters. The Colorado State flag, blue stripe, white stripe, blue stripe. It's got the C, the red C with the yellow circle in the middle. This is tapped to the plate. Now 2-2. What's the origin behind the state flag? Do you know?
Never really studied that. I know the yellow represents the sunshine, I think, for the state of Colorado. And we could look up some of that for you.
2-2 pitch. That's inside.
Interesting that the size of that flag compared to the American flag out here in our left field vantage point. Smaller Colorado flag, but it looks like it's taking up more of the wind.
Full count to Carreño. This is lined into the glove of Noten. He is a magnet this inning. L1, 2 away. As a history major, I get curious about stuff like that. Origins behind flags, symbols, that kind of stuff. For California, we've got the bear on our state flag, and that comes from the Bear Flag Revolt, Bear Flag Republic, when the first early days of California joining the United States when it was part of Mexico. When was the Colorado Territory incorporated in the United States, Don? Here's a ground ball.
You're the history buff.
Toward Howell. He fields. He throws, and out is Diaz. More state history quizzes on the other side. 13-0 Glaciers. We head to the top of the fourth. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to UC Health Park. Tyler Peterson, Don Arcuri to take you through the fourth and the fifth innings. It's Mr. Don Arcuri.
Thank you, sir, and welcome back again, everyone, to UC Health Park. The Range Riders up 13-0 as we bat in the bottom of the top of the fourth inning. Ryan Cash up to the plate, and he takes a ball outside for 1-0 count.
There's a substitutions to begin this inning as Julian Lara, I should say, is now in at first base for Caleb Marquez.
And the next pitch is even further outside from Caulfield. Count 2-0.
And that's not great for Rocky Mountain, who, at least for the rest of this game, lose their home run leader in Marquez.
Next pitch in from Caulfield is inside, but it catches the corner for strike one.
I just noticed about Cash as well. He's another one of these switch hitters. A couple switch hitters on this team.
Next pitch is swung on and fouled down the left field line towards the bullpen. Count is 2-2. Caulfield in his second inning of work here. And the next pitch is fouled again down the left field line. Cash has 2 singles and has scored 2 runs in his plate appearances today, accounting for 2 of the 13 runs from the Range Riders. Count is 2-2 now on Ryan Cash. And the pitch. And that is a breaking ball just inside. And the count goes full. "13 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Range Riders. No runs and just 2 hits for the Vibes." Next pitch from Caulfield is skied into center field. Diaz moving back to the warning track, and he makes a catch on the warning track, almost to the wall. A long fly ball for out number 1. Diaz moving nicely back to his right, approaching the Air Academy Federal Credit Union sign. Ball got up in the wind, but not quite enough bat on it. And Cash is retired. Next batter is the top of the order. It's Ben McConnell. McConnell struck out, grounded out to short, and he also singled and scored in the third. First pitch from Caulfield is on the inside part of the plate for strike one. Caulfield also working with the stretch with no men on. And the next pitch is outside for ball 2.
I have some answers to our vexillological questions, which is the study of flags. Thanks to the Colorado State Archives.
2-1 pitch to McConnell, swung on and missed on the outside part of the plate. And the count goes to 2-2.
State flag represents the blue, the clear blue skies, the gold, the abundant sunshine that the state enjoys, it says.
And this is lifted into left field, fading towards the foul line, and it is foul into the bullpen for the Range Riders.
The white stripe over the center is the snow-capped mountains, and the red, it says here, the ruddy color of much of our state's earth.
The ruddy color.
The ruddy color of much of our state's earth, according to the Colorado Department of the State Archives.
Next pitch from Caulfield outside, and the count goes full to Ben McConnell.
As the Colorado Department of Personnel and Administration.
Payoff pitch to McConnell coming up from Caulfield, and that is on the inside part of the plate. I guess the count was not full. Looked like a called strike from Bill Berger, but we thought we had 2 strikes on the batter already. Next pitch is lined into left center field for a base hit. So McConnell on with 1 out in the inning. And that brings Gabe Howell to the plate. And he grounded to short in his first at-bat, homered in the second and scored, and walked and scored in the third. 1 for 2 today. Pitch from Caulfield is in for strike 1. Fastball over the outside half of the plate. Don't be fooled, though. Gabe Howell may be sizing up this pitcher just to see what kind of hit he can get. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and grounded to short. This could be 2, and it is bobbled by the shortstop. And that will go as an E6. Could have had a play on that one to at least force the out at second. But Howell reaches on an error. McConnell advances to second now with, again, 1 out in the inning.
I had double play on that one. I think they would have turned it.
They certainly could have.
Binder got it clean.
So first and second now with 1 out, and that brings Brody Wofford to the plate. First pitch from Caulfield on the outside corner, called strike 1. Wofford also active in this game. A first base or a single in the first, walk in the second, and a double in the third. Scored all 3 times he's been on base. Next pitch from Caulfield, just off the plate to the outside. Count goes to 1-1. And the pitch swung on and foul tipped into the glove of the catcher. And the count 1-2 on Wofford. Next pitch from Caulfield is a breaking ball into the glove. It is foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. And a second out recorded as Lara holds on to that pitch. Or, excuse me. Two outs now in the inning. The most efficient pitching performance here in this game for Vibes pitching. And that brings left fielder Dean Miller to the plate in the number 4 spot. First pitch from Caulfield down and inside, breaking ball, ball 1.
An update from Ogden. Looks like it's too soggy to play in Utah. They're going to cancel both games with a doubleheader today.
And the 1-0 pitch coming up, and that is high and outside, a fastball. Count is 2-0 on Miller.
3 games canceled across the league. Only 2 games still in play are the one before our eyes and the one in Boise.
It's been just the opposite here as we've had the inclement weather here early on in this series. Had 1 game postponed out of the 6. Miller doubling, walking, and hit by a pitch in his plate appearances today. Facing a 2-0 count, and that is high up in the strike zone, but taken as a ball, 3-0. Breeze has lightened up just a bit, but still steady out to left and left center field. 3-0 pitch coming from Caulfield, and that is high and outside. For a 2-out walk for Dean Miller. And that loads the bases. So 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Range Riders already enjoying a 13-0 lead with the potential for more. First pitch off to Felix Aberut, the next batter. And that is high for ball 1. Next pitch from Caulfield is lined into left center field between short and third. Picked up by the left fielder and thrown in, and 1 run will score. And it is now 14-0. Next batter, Jared Fry. And a pitch from Caulfield is swung on and missed. A nice breaking ball. In for strike 1. And that is hit high in the air to left field. Off the wall. 2 runs will score as Hernandez brings the ball back in from left field. And as a 2-out double for Fry. And the next batter, Michael Nell, as a pitching visit is happening right now.
I was keeping my eye to see if Michael Nell would bat in this inning. And this would be his 4th at bat in 4 innings. And he has made 3 outs. He is 0 for 3. A fly out, a strikeout, a strikeout. He made the last out of the 1st. He made the last out of the 2nd. Made the 2nd to last out of the 3rd. And he is at the plate. And if Caulfield can get him, he can make the last out of the 4th as well. All of these runs now are going to be unearned on Caulfield because there are 2 outs, and with the error on the Howell at bat, it creates a situation where this inning would have been over otherwise. So the 3 runs that Caulfield has given up are going to be unearned, and any other runs that Caulfield gives up this inning will also be unearned. First pitch is high.
Getting some of our scoring in here. So keeping you up to date.
Taps at the plate, 1-2.
That is swung on and fouled down the left field line. One ball and 2 strikes to Michael Nell. And the pitch from Caulfield coming up. And there's a breaking ball high and outside. Count evens at 2-2. Next pitch from Caulfield, a breaking ball inside. Full count now on Michael Nell. Nell has flied out to center field and struck out twice in this game. But an opportunity for him to plate another couple of runs with a base hit. 3-2 pitch is outside, but called strike 3 on the corner. We are complete with 4.5. And the Range Riders up 16-0. You're watching YouTube on Rocky Mountain Vibes Baseball. And welcome back to Rocky Mountain Vibes Baseball here on YouTube. And we're here at UC Health Park on this Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to all of our veterans, families, and especially those families who have loved ones who have sacrificed for us in their service to our country. 16-0, Range Riders as the Vibes bat in the bottom of the fourth inning, excuse me. This is a long fly ball for Dominique Hernandez. And it looks like it is a ground rule double. Looks like it may have hit the top of the fence or some other area out on the left field wall. Good bat on the ball for Hernandez. Third base umpire Doug Hodges made the call as a double for Hernandez.
I don't think Hernandez can believe his luck.
But a nice start to the bottom of the fourth inning for the Vibes. Brings up Ulysses Cantu, and he takes the first pitch for strike 1.
That ball, Don, with its trajectory, hit on the top of the fence, bounced straight up and back into play.
And the next pitch also a breaking ball over the plate. Count quickly 0-2 to Ulysses Cantu. Next pitch on the way, that is fouled back.
It's a nice day for Brock Noten. He goes 3 innings, allows 2 hits, no runs, no walks. He strikes out 2, and unfortunately for him, he is ineligible to receive the victory today.
New pitcher on the mound for the Range Riders is Noah Barros. We failed to mention that here at the top of the inning. Quick pitching change. A check swing from Cantu. No go, says the first place umpire.
It's a little funny. William Berger there pointed to first. No one was there. He just moved his arm over to second.
And the 1-2 pitch from Barros is outside and in the dirt. Count evens at 2-2.
Well, Hernandez, maybe another inch, and he would have had his first home run of the season.
Two-two pitch from Barros coming up. And then a swung on and lined hard foul into the crowd off to the right side.
You know, sometimes you forget when you're at a baseball game, it's such a relaxed atmosphere to watch baseball. It's America's pastime. That you could get a very, very dense, hard object coming at you sometimes over 100 miles an hour.
Next pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch way outside. And Cantu is retired for the first out of the inning. Miguel Tejada up to bat now with one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Dominique Hernandez standing on second with a leadoff double. And the pitch from Barros to Tejada is outside. 1-0.
It's pretty fun for me as someone who grew up as a fan of the Oakland Athletics to watch Miguel Tejada and now to watch his son. Makes me feel old, of course.
1-0 pitch coming. Tejada grounds sharply to third. He checks the runner at second and makes the throw. Nice play by Michael Nell to retire Tejada at first base. Two down now. Hernandez fails to advance. Caleb Marquez, the next batter. He's had only one plate appearance to this point. Struck out swinging back in the second. Check that. That is Julian Lara at the plate. He actually took over for Marquez at first base. And he looks at strike one, a breaking ball on the outside corner. Next pitch to Lara is fouled off at the plate.
2 nights ago, Lara, a 3-hit ball game, drove in 2 runs in that 13-7 defeat. Made a great play yesterday, but hurt himself in the process, making a catch in foul territory against the netting.
And the 0-1 pitch is just off the plate. Two down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Range Riders up 16-0. Dominique Hernandez still standing at second base after his leadoff double. And the next pitch from Barros is swung on and missed. And that is strike 3 to end the inning. We are through for complete. It is 16-0 Range Riders. You are watching Rocky Mountain Vibes Baseball on YouTube. And welcome back to UC Health Park here in Colorado Springs. A beautiful day for baseball, but not so much for the Vibes. They find themselves down to the Range Riders 16-0 as the Range Riders bat here in the 5th inning. Kevin Jordan leading off. It'll be Jordan, Cash, and the top of the order, McConnell, as we begin the 5th inning. Tommy Caulfield working his 3rd inning. Nice to see some extended work from him. First pitch from Caulfield is low and outside, a fastball. Count 1-0. For Jordan today, struck out swinging in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 3rd, and scored after a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. Next pitch from Caulfield, way outside. Count now 2-0. Caulfield working quickly. That is fouled back to the right side of the stadium. Caulfield at 47 pitches now in his outing. 26 strikes, 21 balls. Next pitch from Caulfield, swung on and missed. A nice fastball on the inside half of the plate. And the count evens at 2-2 for Jordan. Ryan Cash stands on deck in the batting circle for the Range Riders. The next pitch is a breaking ball off speed off the outside part of the plate. Count goes full. And the payoff pitch coming up to Jordan. Nice fastball, but just inside, and Jordan draws a walk to lead off their half of the inning. Ryan Cash now to the plate. Has 2 singles today and 2 runs scored. Also flied out to the center fielder in his last plate appearance. And the first pitch from Caulfield is inside. Ball 1. Be nice to have a nice double play grounder here. Infielders shading Cash up the middle. And that is swung on and flied to center field right at the center fielder Diaz. And Cash is retired with a fly ball for the first out of the inning. Back to the top of the order now, and Ben McConnell scored a couple of runs today and a couple of singles. Also struck out looking and grounded to short. 2 for 4 today. Already his 5th plate appearance in as many innings. And the first pitch from Caulfield is a ball. He thought about swinging. Held back. Again, Caulfield working quickly. That is low and outside for ball 2. Jordan not being covered at first base from Julian Lara. It's a pretty good lead, uncontested. The 2-0 pitch is outside again for ball 3. Again, the infielders shading a little bit towards the middle infielders, shading towards second base in advance of a hopeful double play. 3-0 pitch from Caulfield is taken all the way, and that is high for ball 4. So McConnell to first, Jordan advances to second on the walk. It's 2 walks in the first 3 batters for this inning.
Yoandri Perez, a right-handed pitcher, warming for the Vibes now in the bullpen.
And now Gabe Howell comes to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch from Caulfield, lined sharply up the middle. That is fielded by the shortstop, and it's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Just what we were looking for to try to stave off this Range Riders attack. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and one left on base as Gabe Howell grounds into a double play. We are through 4.5, and it is the Range Riders up 16-0. You're watching Rocky Mountain Vibes Baseball on YouTube. And welcome back here to UC Health Park on this Memorial Day weekend, 2022. Your Rocky Mountain Vibes and the Glacier Range Riders playing ball today on a beautiful spring day here in Colorado Springs. Brady Wofford steps up to the plate. It's the Vibes Dallas Bender, and he flies to the center fielder for out number one. That brings to the plate Eder Rosales here, one out in the bottom of the fifth inning. First pitch from Nick Barros is just high. Or Noah Barros, excuse me. 1-0 on Rosales. Next pitch from Barros at the low part of the strike zone, but called strike. Count evens at 1-1. Breaking ball is put into play to short. Gabe Howell with an easy throw over to Wofford and quickly two away on the 6-3 putout. Jesus Rubago to the plate now in just his second plate appearance. We are in the bottom of the fifth inning. And Rubago grounded back to the pitcher on a nice play from the starting pitcher. And that is taken from a ball for a ball. That is a broken bat. Ground ball over to third. It is a high throw. And Rubago will take second on the overthrow. Count that as an error on Michael Nell. Good play to charge the ball and scoop it up, but it had a high throw over to first. Wofford not able to even make a play on that ball.
And Nell's having a tough day right now.
Takes us back to the Vibes, top of the order. And it's Paul Carreño. Singled in the first and was out on a double play. And then lined sharply back to the pitcher, Brock Noten. Back in the third. First pitch from Barros on the outside corner. Nice fastball. Strike one. Not a lot of base runners for the Vibes today, as Rubago just the fourth to make it onto the bases, actually the fifth. Next pitch from Barros, kind of a half-hearted swing from Carreño, and the pitch on the outside corner. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Just 3 hits for the Vibes in the first 4.5 innings. And the 0-2 pitch from Barros. Swung on and lined into left field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. They're going to send Rabago. Rabago scores. And Carreño makes his way to second. And they're going to credit him with a double. Again, it was softly hit into left field. So Carreño on base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, and then the Vibes plate their first run. It is now 16-1. Next batter, Gio Diaz, as he awaits the first pitch from Barros. That's on the inside corner.
You were talking about how much you liked the effort of these Vibes in the late innings yesterday. And a great job by Carreño there to go all the way around.
Next pitch from Barros is strike 1. Next pitch from Barros fouled off at the plate. Count now 1-2 to Gio Diaz. Line to the second baseman, first part of the double play back in the first inning, and grounded to short in his last at bat. Count 1-2 on Diaz as he awaits the next pitch from Barros. And that is outside off-speed pitch. Count evens at 2-2 for Gio Diaz. And the pitch is low and outside. Count goes full. Three-two pitch coming from Barros. Lined up the middle, and that is a base hit into center field. Carreño scores for the Vibes, and it is a 2-out RBI single for Diaz. And it is now 16-2 for Glacier. Just past the glove of Barros as it went to the second base side of second base. Rolling into center field, and a nice hit for Diaz. Dominique Hernandez up to the plate now. Reached on an error in the first and doubled in the fourth. 1 for 2. First pitch from Barros is inside an off-speed pitch. Vibes now have 5 hits in the game. And the next hit from Barros is high. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. Ball 2. Barros at the stretch, not much of a lead from Diaz at first. And that is fouled back towards the right side of the press box. Count goes 2-1. PA announcers missed an opportunity there to stretch a right hand out of the press box to grab that foul ball. Count now 2-1 on Dominique Hernandez as the Vibes bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch from Barros is lined sharply to second, but a great play from Kevin Jordan to record the 3rd out of the inning. So the Vibes played a couple here in the 5th inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We're 5 complete here at UC Health Park. The Range Riders enjoying a 16-2 lead. You are watching Rocky Mountain Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back here to UC Health Park. We are moving into the top of the 6th inning. Range Riders leading the Vibes 16-2 with the call on the 6th inning. It's the voice of the Vibes, Tyler Peterson.
Thank you, Don. I don't think I'm cool enough to be called the voice of the Vibes. I think I need to be more more chill or
You're
something.
Sporting a nice dress up today.
Thank
nice,
you.
Nice shirt and tie. And
appreciate that.
Got the blue going on here for Memorial Day.
Got the blue socks and the white. I just needed a red cap. I recently purchased a Vibes 4th of July cap online. Hopefully I get it in time for 4th of July. This is popped up near the dugout and out of play. Brody Wofford to face Yoandre Perez, the new pitcher out of the bullpen. For some reason, and I think this is a statistics snafu, but I have no statistics on Perez, although this is his 3rd ball game.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get some for you here.
That's inside to Wofford. Wofford a single, a walk, a double, a strikeout. He's scored 3 times. He's brought 2 in. I want to thank everyone who's watching on YouTube, and for those who have subscribed, we're up to almost 700 subscribers now, which is I think, about 300-person increase since the start of the season.
Sounds great, and nice to see that here as this first series concludes.
2-1 to Brody Wofford. Line drive, single for Brody Wofford, his 3rd hit. Perez finished out the win back on the 25th. I know in Presto Sports, which is our statistics keeping system this year in the Pioneer League, he was previously listed as number 3 We changed that into the system to number 34, and now I'm wondering if that's somehow messed up the system. Miller takes inside. Dean Miller. Dean Miller is 1 for 1. A double in the first. He's walked twice and was hit by a pitch. "16 runs on 16 hits and 2 errors for Glacier. 2 runs on 5 hits and an error for the Vibes. 2-1 now to Miller. On deck is Aberut, who is a triple shy of the cycle. Hit to right, hit deep. Rosales is under it. He makes the catch, not deep enough, and the wind, which helped Miller last night, works against him here. That was keeping that in the ballpark. It's an F9, and there's 1 away. Now Aberut with a man on, a man out here in the top of inning number 6. First pitch is a ground ball into left field, a base hit. Not waiting around is Aberut. 4-hit game for Felix Aberut. And now here's Jared Fry, who was added late to this game after Tyler Ryan was scratched late. 2 doubles, a single, and a sac fly for Jared Fry. He's brought in 4. I don't know what it is about this Colorado weather, Don, but my lips have been chapped for about 2 weeks.
That is easily said, yes. And kind of the standard around here.
I wonder what people did before the invention of Carmex. Days before lip balm, that must have been very uncomfortable. In a trade like this, as a broadcaster, it's a little bit more uncomfortable than maybe for other people. Just outside to Fry. Swing and a miss by Fry. It's 1-2. Do you think in the times of ancient Egypt they had some sort of balm to help with that? Or do you think they just went around in that hot, dusty area, just chapped lips and...
Well, hard to say. I don't know what the humidity levels in Egypt are. I imagine it's maybe as dry as here.
1-2. 2-2. 2 men on. They both singled. Wofford at second, Aberut at first. And now we've got a Dust Devil in front of the Range Riders bench, and it just took off one of the Glacier guys' hats. A moment of levity here. And got a good cheer from the fans. Two and two to Fry, and that is a half swing. Does he go? No, says the umpire. Standing in front of second base, it's a full count.
That's something you don't see very often here. Even in this ballpark, we do get swirling winds every so often. Wind now moving more to left field than towards the outfield, as it was earlier in the game.
A full count to Fry with 1 out.
42 ball games remaining here at UC Hall Park this year. We hope you come out to the ballpark. Lots of great promotions going on. We'll touch on those as the season goes along. including special days like today, Memorial Day, saluting our fallen heroes.
Line drive to center. In is the center fielder Diaz. He plays it on a hop. They'll go station to station. And the bases are loaded. On this Memorial Day, Don, do you have anyone in mind? Is there a story that is special to you?
Not specifically. I've had a couple of family members served. I served 21 plus years in the Air Force and retired back in 2003. Don't have to be close acquaintances from past conflicts or anything, but I know some people who have served alongside those, and you can't say enough about the sacrifices not only the members make, but their families over the course of their military careers, and today is a day to celebrate that.
Here is Michael Nell, 1 out, bases juiced. The first pitch is fouled at the plate. A lot of military members in my family as well. A lot of folks who have served and got through conflicts. One member of the family, at the age of 19 during World War II, his name was Anthony Jumia, enlisted and was missing in action in the Philippines on an attack in December 7th, 1941. Simultaneous attack on Pearl Harbor and the Philippines. So we remember folks like that who, young kid, joins up with the service, and lost in the line of duty. And this is why we take a day out of the calendar to remember that sacrifice. Nell to left field. This will get by the left fielder. Diaz is going to cut it off. 2 runs will come in, and Nell, he does get a hit. It's a 2-run double. Scoring is Wofford and Aberut. And to third goes Fry. Thought maybe we would get a visit from our warehouse manager, John Reyes, but I think he's tied up today. He was here with his group yesterday, a nonprofit he is working with. Fouled away by Kevin Jordan, Team Red, White, and Blue that helps veterans coming back into private life.
And another good credit on hand this weekend. I imagine he might be pretty busy with merchandise sales today, getting his team ready to go.
This pitch is high, 1-1. I know his organization was here yesterday tabling, and there were members throwing out a first pitch yesterday. The 1-1, fouled back to the screen. Jordan not giving anything away.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, just the nature of our military members, they don't know where they're going to go all the time. They don't know what they're going to face every time, and it really takes a special person to serve in that capacity in this day and age.
1-2 to Jordan. Swing and a miss. Perez's first strikeout.
Nice breaking ball there from Perez.
It was a nice breaking ball. For Tommy Caulfield, his night is done. 3 innings. He allowed 3 hits. Those all came in the 4th inning. He allowed 3 runs in that 4th inning, although none of those runs were earned. So his ERA still is at 0. He did walk 3 batters, but he also struck out 3 batters. Fly ball, center field, in is Diaz, in is the left fielder Hernandez. It'll be Hernandez making the catch and ending the inning. 2 more runs for Glacier. They now lead 18-2. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of inning number 6. Noah Barros still on the mound for Glacier. Tyler Peterson and Don Arcuri still in the broadcast booth, and hopefully you're still watching with us. Cantu, Tejada, Lara, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Vibes lineup today. First pitch to Cantu, ground ball past the dive of Nell at third, into the outfield, cut off by the left fielder Miller. Cantu into second. He is going to have a stand-up double. 2 hits for Ulysses Cantu.
Interestingly, Cantu kind of trotted into second, not expecting a throw, and the throw did come back in pretty quick, even though there was no play made.
And the other interesting thing, too, is even though the Range Riders coming into this game had twice as many runs as the Vibes actually have the better team batting average. They came hitting 30 points better than the Range Riders, 385 to 355. This is Tejada, who's 0 for 2. Takes a breaking ball for strike 1. It's so hard to look breaking ball on the first pitch of an at-bat. If you do look breaking ball and guess right, then you can hit it a long way. It's just so hard to look for. That one in the dirt. That was the breaking ball again. Oh and 2 to Tejada. The kick from Barros. This is hit to center. It's hit deep. McConnell on his horse. He will not get it. It one hops the wall. Tejada cruises into second. An RBI double. And give Miggy his 7th RBI of the season. Now, he looked breaking ball that time. He got 3 breaking balls, and the third one, he was looking for it, waited back, and sent that about 380 feet. Now here's Lara, who's 0 for 1. Inside, it hit him. The first 3 batters on in this inning. Double-double hit by pitch. And now Dallas Binder. First and second, nobody out here in the bottom of inning number 6. First pitch, a touch high. Bill Berger behind home plate has a good umpire's countenance. Hands on the hips. The pitch is thrown and then just sticks that position all the way through until Barros gets the ball back.
Now underway at Ogden. No score at the top of the first inning. Grand Junction Rockies at the Raptors today.
Actually, I think that's a false start on that not point streak, Presto. Look out. Oh, that almost came back to the press box. I believe both of those games are postponed.
Yeah, I'm looking at the note now.
Dallas Binder hit a ball that hit the top cable that holds up the net, and that one had a chance to reach the press box to give either Jake Ross, our PA announcer, or Sabrina Thomas, our director of promotions, a chance to catch that ball. Pitch to Binder is low. Binder, excuse me. Again, we talked about how I'm going to have trouble with that for a few games. Hey, only once have I accidentally started to say Chuckers during the season. But my AGM, Aaron Griffith, of course, he was listening and caught me. Hit to right. In is the right fielder, Cash. He's under it. He'll make the catch. Everybody gets back. And there's one away. Here's Eder Rosales in right field today. He's 0 for 2.
Still a good crowd on hand here for this Memorial Day game. Final game in this 6-game series.
I'd be like those people out in right field. I'd get myself one of those big party patio picnic tables. Fouled into the stands. Who wants it in the bleachers? And a young girl. A young girl who brought her glove gets a ball. You bring your glove, you get a ball. That's the transaction here.
And she hoisted that thing like the trophy that it is.
She's going to talk about that the whole car ride home, Don. Rosales, weak tapper, back to the screen. 0-2. On deck, Jesus Rabago.
Rosales doing a good job in right field tonight.
That's high. One away, 2 men on. It's 2 strikes on Rosales. Fisted to center. Will this fall? It will. It's a single for Eder. Bases loaded for Rabago.
Just one out here in this inning, and similar to the 9th inning, the Vibes got a little something going here to make the game interesting towards the end of that game. See if we can add to this tally here in the bottom of the 6th.
First pitch to Rabago. Swung on, popped up. Behind first. In now is Wofford. He makes the catch. A foul out to the first baseman. Foul pop-up. And there's 2 away. Here's Paul Carreño. Carreño 2 hits today. RBI double in the 5th. Bases loaded, 2 away. A run in for the Vibes. They're giving Carreño the right center field gap. Takes a pitch low. Ben McConnell a few steps to the left of second base and center.
Not a bad inning for Carreño in the leadoff spot. 2 hits and 3 at-bats, including a extra base hit in his last at-bat.
His debut in the leadoff spot, nonetheless. The 1-0 becomes 2-0.
And just like at any level of baseball, if you can have a good eye as a leadoff batter, you can manufacture some runs from that position with the hitters behind you.
You need to be an on-base guy at the top of the lineup. And that's 3-0. And Barros right now needs to throw a strike. Barros picked up a win in relief in this 6-game series. Carreño likely taking all the way, but we'll see. He is, and it's strike 1. On deck is Diaz. Just slightly chilly now here at UC Health Park.
Yeah, and I just did an update on our temperatures here, and it's just down 1 degree, even though in Colorado it could feel like 15.
The 3-1 is swung on a high chopper. Jordan Fields. Jordan will have a play.
Good play. I think he might have beat him by just a half step or so, and the crowd not too excited about that.
Nobody too excited about that. It's a 4-3 ground out. The inning is over. We head to the top of the 7th. It's it's Glacier Range Riders 18, Vibes 3. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Top of the 7th, Tyler Peterson and Don Arcuri. That's us, your broadcast team tonight, and each of these 48 home games. Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Ben McConnell to center field. That's a base hit. Third hit for McConnell. His 6th plate appearance, and this is inning number 7. Now here's Gabe Howell. Thanks for hanging with us today on this Memorial Day. We had some technical issues earlier, but we were able to figure out where they were coming from, and we're able to fix them. Glad to see 130 currently sticking with us. We've had over 1,100 views in total today. Hopefully, folks enjoying a barbecue and Vibes Baseball. Lights are on now here at UC Health Park. Perez to the plate, Howell to center, back is Diaz, turning is Diaz, it one hops the wall, it's a ground rule double. You could see it shimmer the batter's eye in center field when it bounced over and hit it. For Howell, it's his 2nd hit of the day. McConnell moves to 3rd, and then I'll bring up Brody Wofford.
Over the course of this series, there's no doubt about it when Gabe Howell hits a baseball. It is hit with purpose, and he's usually 9 times out of 10 getting really good wood on the bat.
Now Wofford, not as good on the bat as this is popped into center field. Carreño is there, a bluff at 3rd, a pop out to the second baseman, 1 away. I believe that's Miguel Pozo warming up for the Vibes in a hoodie down in their bullpen. We've only seen Miguel in 1 game. It was a scoreless inning he pitched. And now Miller. Miller, a double, a walk, a hit by pitch, a walk, and a flyout. He's 1 for 2. Scored 3 runs. He's driven in 1. Second and third, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. He takes outside for ball 1. I believe the entire Pioneer League will be idle tomorrow. Tuesday is the normal travel day in the Pioneer League. Pitch is fouled away down the right field line and well out of play. Looks actually like we will have games tomorrow. Still early on in the season, but on the Pioneer League schedule, we've got the Raptors at Boise. That's a 7 p.m. game. The Grand Junction Rockies traveling to Idaho Falls, something they didn't do last year, a 7 o'clock game. And Great Falls swaps sites with Missoula. They play in Missoula against the Paddleheads. It's 2-2 to Dean Miller after that foul ball. And did Miller break his bat? Looks like he did. He needs a new stick.
And scores from earlier today, Tyler. Great Falls over Missoula. At Great Falls today, 8-6. And the Idaho Falls Chuckers fall to Boise Hawks in Boise, 8-5.
It's not an outcome that the Vibes want. The Chuckers being in the north and the Hawks being in the south. The Missoula Great Falls game really has no bearing for the Vibes. They won't see either of those teams this year. And they're both in the north. 2-2, tapped again, foul. Says Perez on 2-2. The pitch to Miller in the dirt.
As you mentioned earlier, Great Falls getting off to the 5-1 start, leading their division after this first series of games.
They got off to a terrible start in the first half last year, but in the second half played 500 ball, and within the last week were something like 3 games out of a playoff spot. Ground ball into center field. That's a base hit, a big flip of the bat from Miller. It's going to be a 1-run single. Second hit for Miller, and now here's Aberroots. And Aberroots on cycle watch. Home run, double, a walk, and 2 singles. Aberroots out of play.
Maybe you could fill the folks in, as you mentioned earlier on in the game, the standings in the South Division. As despite the 1 win, the Vibes still in this division early on with just the small amount of sample games that we got so far.
It's like anything else, you know, early on. If you have a bad week to start or a great week to start, you can start sounding the alarm or start getting the ticker tape out. But, you know, you really have to get through about 20 games to really learn who you are as a team. Or last year, I fall back on my experience in Idaho Falls, but the Chuckers started 5-7. And then they ended up with the second best record of the entire Pioneer League. So you really need to give it a long look. And in the Pioneer League, rosters change all the time as well. The Vibes have already made 4 moves on their roster. The 2-1. Another pop-up out of play. Now 2-2. But every team has 2 shots. There's 5 teams in each division, and 2 teams from each division will make the playoffs. You win the first half, you're in. If you win the second half, you're in. If a team wins both halves, then the next best overall record goes. Soft into center. It'll fall. It's an RBI for Aberut. Howell scores. Miller goes to third. RBI for Aberut. It's hit number 5. And it's run number 20. First and third for Jared Fry. They haven't got Fry out today. Perez with a little anger behind that fastball. 92 at the knees. Popped up behind third. Is there a play for Cantu? There will not be a play for Cantu onto that grassy berm. Two and one. Fly to left. Over is Hernandez. Foul. Fry almost added to his total. He already has 4 RBI tonight. Top of the 7th inning. Breaking ball, touch high. We just found out that Bill Berger does not have dinner reservations. I like an umpire that hangs in there. A lot of umpires will expand the zone late on in a game like this, but I respect the integrity. Line drive to right field. It's a base hit. How about this day for Fry? Station to station. Everyone moves up. In to score is Miller. It's the 3rd run of the inning, the 21st of the game. And Cabrera will call for Pozo. We'll take a break on a pitching change. We'll come back. 1 out in the top of the 7th, 2 men on. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back. It's Miguel Pozo, the new pitcher for the Vibes. He replaces Yoandri Perez. He goes an inning and a third. 9 hits, so far 5 runs. All of those earned, no walks, and a strikeout. Michael Nell at the dish. 1 for 5, a 2-run double in the 6th. Fly ball to right. That'll get out of play. Pozo's pitched 1 game, an inning, allowed a hit, and that was it against 4 batters. Tommy Caulfield came into this game with a clean ERA of 0.00, and he leaves with that same number. Pozo looking to do the same. Again, Nell laid on a pitch, and again, foul. At second is Aberut. At first is Fry. This is in the dirt. A swing and a miss by Nell, and he is gone. That's the golden sombrero for Michael Nell. And the first strikeout for Pozo. This is Kevin Jordan, 2 outs now in the inning. And strike 1.
And the Range Riders enjoying no less than 9 hits in any game. They've had double-digit hits the past 4.
Pozo to Jordan. Jordan into left field. Station to station go the Range Riders. Jordan with a single, his second hit. And now here's Cash, the right fielder. Brandon Trammell not playing today. Was not feeling 100% coming in today's ball game. So Cash, who we saw at second base previously, has been in the game in right field. He has 2 hits in 5 at-bats. First pitch is fouled. That one registered at 92 on our gun, so I'll call that 94. Bases loaded. Nice stop by Rabago. It's 1-1. Pozo from the Dominican Republic, 22 years old, from Monte Cristi. He played 2 seasons in the Washington Nationals organization at the Dominican Summer League level and at the Gulf Coast level, rookie ball. This is into the stands. It's 2 strikes. His best year came in 2018. Made 11 starts in the Dominican Summer League, and with a 3.55 ERA. 50 2/3 innings, a whip of 1.42. Touch inside. He may pitch the final 2 1/3. Vibes will have a day off tomorrow. They'll need to regroup. Rabago wanted that, and he takes his protest to the extent that Berger allows it. It's 3-2. Line drive into left field, a base hit. Station to station. Cash's first RBI of the day. It was a bit of a protect swing from Cash. He found a hole. To third goes Fry. To second goes Jordan. 22 for Glacier. And now the 10th man to bat in the inning. It's McConnell. At bat, or plate appearance number 7 here in the 7th. Fly ball to right. Back is Rosales on the track. He makes the catch. The inning is over. 4 runs for Glacier. We head to the bottom of the 7th. 22-3. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. It's the bottom of the 7th. We all got a nice good stretch there as Diaz comes up to the plate. Hernandez and then Cantu, a new pitcher. It's number 33, Pierce Smith. Noah Barros goes 3 innings, allows 6 hits, 3 runs, although only 1 was earned. No walks, 2 strikeouts, and he hit a batter. First pitch is outside. Originally, Pierce Smith was the probable starter for today's ball game. And then we learned on the lineup card today it was Brock Noten getting the start. And Noten did well, 3 scoreless innings. But as the starter, he is ineligible to get the win today. A quick 3-0 to Diaz.
One previous appearance for Smith, 2 innings pitched. Gave up 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 of those runs earned, 3 walks and a strikeout.
Diaz, born in Brentwood, California, now lives in San Francisco. Went to St. Mary's of Moraga in California. 3-1 is inside. It's ball 4. And that'll bring up Hernandez, who, you want to talk about nearly hitting his first home run. He hit it on top of the left field wall.
And when it bounced back into play, it became a ground rule double.
Well, actually, it was a live ball still. Whoa, hello. Way behind the back of Hernandez, and that's a wild pitch. He's held on to that one a little too long. Now, the funny thing is, too, if it had bounced on the fence and went over, it would have been like the Jose Canseco play. It would have been a home run. It just bounced the wrong way. So not only did Hernandez hit the top of the wall, but once it hit the top of the wall, it came back in. I would think any.
Have to check the construction of that wall. Some kind of a backing on that.
I would have thought if you, and we'll get into the second law of thermodynamics later, but as far as just pure kinetic energy, sending something out in one direction and it hitting something, I would assume it would keep going. If it doesn't bounce off something, why would it come back in play? I don't know. It's 3-0 to Hernandez.
I don't remember the launch angle on that if TrackMan had tracked that, but it was highly hit in the air. But still, forward motion is forward motion.
That's ball 4. 9 pitches, 8 balls out of the hand of Smith, and Nick Hogan is going to have a chat. A righty warming in the bullpen for Glacier.
Quite a few games on the Major League scoreboard tonight as they celebrate Memorial Day. Top of the 7th, Orioles over the Red Sox 6-0. Top of the 5th, the Mets all over the Nationals 12-3. Top of the 6th, aforementioned previous game, parent club of the Vibes, the Milwaukee Brewers. They had 2-1 over the Cubs.
Two men on for Cantu, both reached via the walk. The first pitch is very high. It's ball 9. And now ball 10. 10 balls to 1 strike in this inning from the lefty Smith.
Almost looks like Smith's steering his pitches in, trying to force himself to throw over the plate instead of his natural throwing motion.
There's a good strike. Sometimes you can get in your head as a pitcher when you're trying to aim the ball. You're trying to be too perfect as opposed to just, they say, just play catch with your catcher. Just play catch out there.
You do have a defense behind you.
3-1 to Cantu. He'll have a green light if he gets a pitch he likes. He doesn't get a pitch he likes. It's ball 4. Third walk. And here comes Tejada. I don't think Pierce Smith is long for this game.
I think he was slighted that he wasn't going to make the start and ended up being relegated to a relief role tonight.
It's unknown when that changed. I know before the start of this 3-game series, I got the probables from Nick Hogan, so I'm not sure when that change was made, and that's a nice breaking ball for strike 1. But the score being as it is, I'm sure they want to get Smith to pitch at least 1, if not more than 1 inning. Swing and a miss, and Tejada didn't want to swing, then he swung, and then he did not want to swing. It's 0-2 to Miguel. Outside, 1-2.
Some other finals here for Major League Baseball. Tigers over the Twins 7-5. Cardinals beat the Padres 6-3. And your hometown Giants, Tyler Peterson,
Yes.
5-4 over the Phillies.
I'm all about that. 1-2 to Tejada, fights it off.
And you take the guy from the Bay Area, but you can't take the Bay Area out of the guy. And
Listen. I've got TV on my phone. I watch the games as much as I can still. Listen, it's easy coming from the West Coast, and where am I going with this? Let's see, 1 and 2. That's outside. I think it would be easier if, as a West Coast guy, I've never had a ball game start after 10 o'clock. All the time for anyone on the East Coast, you have ball games. If you're a Phillies fan and they're playing the Padres, you have a ball game that's starting at 10 at night. I don't know how you enjoy games when they're starting that late. I like my football at 10 and 1. I'm used to those times. This is fouled away. I can't imagine if my first football game in the morning started at 1.
Yeah, and it's interesting, too, because now in the Colorado time zone, your 1 o'clock games for the NFL start at 11 out this way.
Ground ball to third. Nell charges. Goes to second for 1. On to first. That is a double play. That's around the horn. 5-4 to 3. In to score is Diaz. No RBI. Hernandez to third. Play at second goes 5-4. And it's 22-4. Now Julian Lara swings and misses. Lara swings and misses again. Came in for Caleb Marquez in the fourth. 0 for 1 with the hit by pitch. Pierce Smith pitched 2 innings in a start earlier this week. Allowed 3 runs, and now this is to the backstop. Scoring is Hernandez on the wild pitch. And it's 22-5. There are a couple that have gotten away from Smith in a way that I would say is more unusual than just a normal ball that gets out of your hand. Two and 2 to Lara. Ground ball to third. Nell is going to field it foul. These are free runs right now. 3 walks in the inning. 1 run scored on the double play. 1 scored on a wild pitch. Just a touch outside. It's the 4th walk of the inning. And here's Dallas Binder.
Vibes on the road. The next 6 games in Northern Colorado return back to action here at UC Health Park on June the 7th versus Idaho Falls.
Ground ball to short. Howell fields. No, he does not. Just got a bad hop. Maybe looked up a second too early. The inning continues. Here's Rosales, first pitch outside. This is an uncomfortable inning for Smith, who's thrown his 19th ball out of 25 pitches.
And uncharacteristically, 3 errors on the Range Riders tonight.
In the dirt.
Although they did have several errors last night. This whole series, I think, has been laden with some fielding errors for both teams. Not so much for the Range Riders, but they've had their share.
I'd imagine, too, if we look around the Pioneer League, we'd see some of the same from the other teams. 3-0 to Rosales.
And wondering if the Range Riders manager may have one step up on the dugout. Nobody warming right now in the Range Riders pen.
It's not going to be ball 4. It's going to be a hit by pitch. So Rosales is going to get it the tough way. Bases loaded once more, and Nick Hogan's had enough. He will go to the pen. We will take a break and come back, let you know who's coming in for Glacier. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. It's the first appearance of Tanner Solomon, a right-hander, 5'10", 170, out of Wayland Baptist University in Plainview, Texas. He's going to take on Jesus Rabago. First pitch, Rabago went. That was the first pitch in the career, the pro career of Tanner Solomon. He's pitching for Wayland Baptist this year. 14 starts, 4-3, 6.72 ERA. In the dirt. Bases are loaded for Rabago. It's Lara at third, Binder at second, Rosales at first. Vibes have sent 8 men to the plate in this inning. They don't even have a hit yet. Nice take. I take it back. They said Rabago went. And there's about 500 umpires in the stands right now, letting Kenny Aducci know what they thought of that call. The 1-2 in the dirt. My advice for Rabago, both for himself and for anyone else is to take a full swing.
He's got a little twitch in his setup there. A little anxious. Maybe seeing an opportunity to plate a couple of runs here.
Ground ball down third and fair. This will be at least one. This is going to be two. This is going to be three. Rabago into second. A 3-run double, and he is fired up at second base. Good for Jesus. And that's a good sport. Brody Wofford going over to collect the gear of Jesus Rabago. This is down low. 22-8. High drive. Right field. Did Carreño get it all? He did. It's a 7-run inning. It's Carreño's first home run. And here's Diaz. Don't look now, Don. Diaz takes a strike. Those last 2 runs will be earned runs for Solomon. They'll go down as team unearned runs with the error in the inning. Careful now, Gio. 0-2. Inside. It's one thing to protest the call, which you can do. I would caution against making your way toward an umpire. High chopper in play. This is going to work for Diaz. For the second time in this series, the Vibes have a 7-run 7th, and they're still going here. Hernandez, the 11th man to bat in this inning. In the dirt. And this is hit to center. That had the sound. Does it have the distance? You bet! After missing out earlier, on the top of that wall, Hernandez gets his first home run. Don, I said, don't look now. It's a 9-run 7th.
Pitch just about hits Cantu. Got away from pitcher a little bit.
Popped up. into the stands, into the third row. Well, these runs will all go as team unearned, but earned now on Solomon. For Smith, it's 2 earned runs and 3 unearned runs. The 3 unearned ones were the ones that Solomon cashed in on the Rabago 3-run double. Swing and miss from Cantu, 1-2. Swing and a miss, ball in the dirt. Gets away from Aberut, just needs to make the throw, and he does. Strikeout, 2 to 3 put out. 9 runs on the board for the Vibes. Now they only trail by 10. We go to the top of the 8th, 22 to 12. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. It's the top of the 8th inning. After a 9-run bottom of the 7th, it's a 10-run ball game. Tyler Peterson and Don Arcuri with you. And leading off the top of the 8th, it's Gabe Howell against Miguel Pozo.
Should be an interesting matchup. Strong pitcher, strong hitter.
Brush back, ball 1. Well, not a good day for either Tanner Solomon or Pierce Smith, because we suddenly not quite have a ball game, but suddenly it's your ears perk up. Let's put it that way.
They do, and there's still time left in this ball game. 2 more at-bats for the Vibes.
Swing and a miss.
Nice.
All 12 runs for Rocky Mountain from the 5th inning on. 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 9 in the 7th. They can hit, Don. Swing and a miss. First time Howell strikes out today. For Pozo, it's his second. Another righty warming in the Glacier bullpen. That looks like Sidewinder Chandler Ingram. If it is, it'd be number 29. This is Wofford. Brody Wofford today. 3 for 5. Swung on, hit into center. Diaz has to come in. He's got to hurry. He makes the catch. Didn't see it off the bat. Pozo's retired 3 straight. This is Dean Miller. Two away here in the top of the 8th. Pozo on the mound. Ground ball to third. Cantu fields. Cantu throws. Inning over. Pozo. He's fired up. 1, 2, 3. Go the Range Riders. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 22-12. It's the bottom of the 8th, and Nick Hogan isn't messing around. He's bringing in Chandler Ingram to get the final, maybe, 6 outs of this ball game. Tejada, Lara, Binder. I had it last inning, Don, and here it is.
All a little latitude here.
I appreciate that. I need a little latitude. 1 for 4 is Tejada today. 22-12. First pitch inside. And you know what? Why the heck not? 6 outs to go for the Vibes. They need 10. That's inside to Tejada. A 9-run 7th.
Hey, some good defense and 2 more 9-run innings. That'd be an overwhelming victory there.
Yeah, we'd go home with a 30-22 score at that point. The pitch clock has not done anything to speed these games up, I will say. This is 3 hours and 5 minutes into our ball game today. Actually, we started a little bit early today, 3 hours and 7 minutes into our ball game. We started at 4:28. The 2-1 to Tejada. That's going to be a bouncing ball toward Jordan, and he'll get there in time.
Nice play from Jordan ranging to his right. Good, strong throw.
And now here's Julian Lara.
And for the most part, the pitchers have worked fairly quickly. Most of the relievers that we've seen, not wasting any time.
Chandler Ingram, 6'2", 220, 25 years old. Broken bat and into center field. Boy, all that's left is about a foot of the handle.
Each bat boy getting into the game with that one.
Boy, I need that for some firewood. He split that thing, I think, that was a compound fracture there, Don. Here's Binder. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball in the dirt. Ingram got the save in the 11-8 ball game. That went 7 innings. First save in franchise history for Glacier. Oh, 1. That's hit to left field. That's a base hit. Why the heck not, Don?
And hey, only one out in the inning. You know, usually, well, last year the rule for the Vibes was that most of your runs came with 2 outs. And, boy, they had a good inning last inning. And first and second, only 1 man out.
This is Rosales, who was hit by a pitch in the 7th. Two men on, 1 man out. Strike 1 to Rosales. Pitch on its way, fouled away.
Still impressive for the Range Riders, banging out 26 hits today against Vibes pitching.
Their lead was as high as 19. It is down to 10. It's the sort of stat you give in the third quarter of a basketball game.
But, you know, they're following the moniker of the Pioneer League up to this point. Lots of offensive production.
Lots of offense. Today, no exception. 40 hits between the two teams. Down low. Ingram, a 2-inning save, allowed only 1 hit. Struck out 3 of the 7 batters he saw. Strike 3 on Rosales. He knew it. Folks at home, I hope you'll allow me this this line of thinking. You'll have to forgive me, but after a team scores 9, why not hold out hope that they can score 10? Here's Rabago, big 3-run double in the 7th. And that's strike 1 on the outside. Two outs now here in the bottom of the 8th. Ground ball weakly to first. Wofford picks it up. He'll flip to the pitcher covering, and the Vibes are scoreless in the 8th. We head to the last frame, a 10-run lead for Glacier. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Last frame of our ball game. Tyler Peterson and Don Arcuri with you. And I'll tell you what, there's one guy you'll never be able to get down. That's Cliff Cage. Hope springs eternal for that guy. He's bringing it inning 1 or inning 18.
Up 10 or down 10. Cliff's been a fixture here with the Vibes and the Sky Sox here for the last several years. Really gets the crowd going. A lot of them have stayed around as well today.
Ground ball to short, charging his binder, gets the short hop, throws on to first. It is picked up by Lara, 6-3. And right now, for Pozo, that's 5 straight retired. He is having a really, really nice ball game. Now here's Fry. Early on, figure out what kind of roles for some of these pitchers and the way Miguel Pozo is throwing. There's a fastball at 93. He will work himself into bigger, tighter opportunities.
Agreed. Still facing the same hitters as early on in the ball game and making quick work of his batters. Nice pitch there.
Strike 2. 1,189 today at the game, according to Aaron Griffith. Just got a text from him. 0-2 inside, 1-2. The 1-2 to Fry just stays alive. Off speed there from Pozo. For the Vibes in the 9th, top of the order, Carreño, Diaz, and Hernandez.
Comfortable evening here in the Springs. 58 degrees down from our game time temperature of 64.
2-2. Wonder what kind of line I could get from Vegas on a Vibes win going into the 9th tonight. Wonder what kind of odds I could get. If I put down $1, I bet I'm coming out with 1,000. Ground ball toward Lar at first. Fields the ball. Steps on first himself. That's 3 unassisted. Two outs in the inning. Pozo has retired 6 straight Range Riders. And now here's Michael Nell. Nell with the golden sombrero today. And he's hitting the back. He will not pick up the platinum sombrero. He is on for the second time. We've had 2 golden sombreros in this series, one from Caleb Marquez and one from Michael Nell. It's hard to get the platinum sombrero. It's not often you get 5 at-bats in a game and all get the same result. Swing and a miss by Jordan. Fastball at 93. Swing and a miss by Jordan. Fastball at 93.
Despite the 10-run lead, a little bit of a momentum change here in the last inning and a half.
Swing and a miss by Jordan. Fastball at 93. And Pozo is pimping that one on the way off. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Vibes down 10. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Bob of the ninth, fans are into it. Vibes are down 10. Chandler Ingram on the mound, looking to end this ball game. Paul Carreño, Gio Diaz, Dominic Hernandez. Carreño, his first home run of the season in the 7th inning. It was a 2-run shot. First pitch swung on and missed. Popped up behind short. Howell into left field. 1 out. I want to say a very big thank you to all the folks who have tuned in to watch this Memorial Day game. We appreciate you tuning in to some Pioneer League baseball tonight. And for all of you sticking with us all the way to the last out, here's Gio Diaz, the center fielder. Ground ball fouled on the third base line.
Lots of things to get excited about in this new season, and despite some of the outcomes and some of the lopsided losses, some bright spots in this roster, and a little bit of improved pitching here in the latter half of this game gives you some hope there.
Another foul ball, heads up in the picnic area. The thing about baseball, which is nice, is, I mean, at most, maybe you spend 1 day off, you have to sit on a loss. In football, you got to sit on a loss for a week. But in baseball, if you take one off the chin, you just get out there next day. This is in the dirt. 2 home runs for the Vibes today. One off the bat of Carreño and one off the bat of Hernandez. Previous to that, it had just been Marquez who had 3 home runs. Diaz, a ground ball into left field, a base hit. He has his 3rd knock. I don't think Glacier coach, manager Nick Hogan is going to even blink or bat an eye unless for some reason his team is only up 5. Hernandez takes low. A double and a home run for Hernandez today. He's also walked. He's 2 for 4. Set is Ingram. They're playing behind Diaz at first, and Hernandez takes outside. Two 2-0 to Hernandez. This is hit hard. Howell is going to stay with the play. So they're going to get an out. It's a fielder's choice for Hernandez. And the out goes 6-4. And we'll have Cantu, the potential last batter of the game. First pitch, swing and a miss. Outside, 1-1, Cantu. A single, a double, a walk, 2 strikeouts. 2 for 4. We do not know who the starter is on Wednesday. I do know Garrett Alvarez is scheduled to start on Thursday against Northern Colorado. This is popped up. This could be it. Out is Jordan. In is Cash. It's Jordan. in short right field. He makes the catch. The ball game is over. It's Glacier. They win again. They win 5 of 6. They win by the score of 22-12. We'll come back with the totals and our post-game show after this break. You're watching Vibes Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth at UC Health Park. Tyler Peterson, Don Arcuri, going to wrap things up on the final game of the homestand. The final score, Glacier beats the Rocky Mountain Vibes 22-12. For the Range Riders, it's 22 runs on 26 hits and 3 errors. For the Rocky Mountain Vibes, it's 12 runs on 15 hits, 1 error. Time of the game was 3 hours and 36 minutes in front of 1,198. For the Vibes, it was the early issue of runs in the first 4 innings. 18 runs through the first 4 innings. Then after that, it was really the Vibes game. They scored 13 runs from the 5th through the 7th. Excuse me, they scored 12 runs through the 5th through the 7th. They lost by the score of 22-12. A couple bright spots today for the Vibes. Paul Carreño, his first home run. He doubled in a run as well. 3 hits, 3 RBI. Dominic Hernandez, 2 hits and a home run, 2 RBI. And then out of the bullpen, Miguel Pozo, the final 2 2/3 scoreless. We'll give him an honorary player of the game for that. Don, your thoughts on the opening homestand and today's game?
Well, the run production switched off in the last several games. Quite a few runs early now for the Range Riders to open this game, but the theme over the course of the series, I think, was kind of a slower start. Good hits, but they scored a lot of their runs in the middle innings, and it was nice to see the vibes come through here after those initial opening innings today to kind of not shut them down, but at least keep them at bay. And they made things exciting as the game went on. Again, a lot of bright spots, as you mentioned, and be interesting to see how they respond, and both going on the road and then coming back here in early June for their next homestand.
Their first road trip begins on Wednesday. They will play the Northern Colorado Owls in a 6-game series. We will not be part of that broadcast. You will have to tune to whatever channel the Owls have set up to hear those games for more Rocky Mountain Vibes action. The Range Riders, they move on to Billings for another 6-game set. And then after the Owls series, they'll come back home, play the Idaho Falls Chuckers 6 games from the 7th to the 12th, and then hit the road again to go to Boise. So a lot of action coming up. We're heading into June. Will be the heart of the first half. Don, any final thoughts before we leave for about 8 days?
I just think there's a lot to look forward to. And, again, the pitching has come around here, and a lot of great things coming up. I'm still see the guys playing with a lot of effort. And early in the season, I think they have a lot to build on, despite, again, the few of the lopsided losses. But, again, a lot to be excited about. You could see how they got pumped up here in this last 2 or 3 innings as the runs were scored and the guys were high-fiving each other. And there was just a different spirit in the game. So they know they can play. It's just a matter of putting all 3 phases, hitting, pitching, and good fielding together. And hopefully they'll have a lot to look forward to here in these next couple series.
And we will see you back here on the 7th. For Don Arcuri, for Kevin Millard, our technical director, Hayden Everett, and Enda Mangan, our 2 cameramen, I'm Tyler Peterson. Thank you so much for tuning in all this week for Rocky Mountain Vibes action. We'll see you back on the 7th, 6:30 against the Idaho Falls Chuckers. Again, the final score tonight, the Range Riders 22, the Vibes 12. Have a good rest of your Memorial Day and your Monday evening.
Good night, everybody.